eyes. She said to me, look at the fucking sunshine. I went down to the blue lake, had myself a first ball ache. Took the dog into the woods. Oh, Mr. Woods Beast, Woods Beast. Heaven's got a plan for you. Look at the little heading. The little fucking heading on you. He's a good dog, man. He's a good dog. How are you doing? It's been a long time no see. I've been meaning to do live streams on Friday night, but there's things, just life's been getting in the way lately. So I thought I'd take the time to do a little touch here now with you. But we don't have anybody watching at the moment. Nobody watching the videos and that. Do you know what I mean? Nobody watching the videos. I don't really know what to talk about. I just thought I'd just fucking jump on and see what the crack is. Oh, LG. All right there, LG, lad. CJH93. Duckman. Yeah, Duckman. Okay, look at me fucking Fred Durst setup. Now, I know you be loving this shit right here. You know, LG. But maybe a week and a half ago, I was like, I'm so fucking sick of this place. And next thing, bang, 22-degree weather, and you know, trees are green. So that's a nice touch. It was badly fucking needed, man. Getting so sick of the weather. Yeah. I don't really know what else. I haven't really come prepared with any subject matter or anything, so hit me up. Terry Hoosh, look how sunny it is. Oh, it's brilliant, man. There it is, man. As Stevie Kelly would say, the sun is high in the sky. It's a great day for the fucking pints. Creamy fucking pints. I like demolish. Oh, he's a good boy. So strong and soulful. I call him Soul Beast because of his soulful eulogy that he delivers through the nostrils. Peep, peep. Powerful day for the lushes, right, Terry? Oh, ha, ha. Oh, ha, ha. Oh, did you hear the fucking Slovakian fella got shot, man? That was a bit of news. Everybody's talking at me about the Slovakian Prime Minister because he said no to the World Health Organization. He was also sick and tired of having to put GDP to the unnecessary war happening in Ukraine. I read that old fucking war in Ukraine shit, man. It's like, since I've been off Twitter, I tell you one thing, my head's been so much better. I went on there for a little glimpse on Saturday night and just saw a Palestinian boy with his guts hanging out in hospital and I was just like, fuck. I had to just turn that off. I mean, what the fuck's going on down there, man? This is ridiculous. And if you criticize it at all in America, they're now making it illegal. Doesn't that go against like the First Amendment speech of free speech, unimpeded free speech? It's fucking crazy, man. It's crazy, absolutely fucking crazy. And you got the likes of Piers Morgan, who anytime he brings on a guest, it's like, but do you condemn Hamas? It's like, fuck off, Piers Morgan. Like, Rupert Murdoch is paying his bills. Rupert Murdoch is a fucking rabid Zionist. There, I said it. That's what he is. He is fucking Israel first all the way. And yeah, at the end of the day, you know, like, I'm sure there's a lot of people fucking living in Israel who completely disagree with this shit that's going on. You know, it's like, so I've never seen such a fucking cry bully mentality in all my life. You know, and that Lindsey Graham, the fat fucking pig, he was saying that, we should nuke Gaza. Imagine this this toilet trader, a man who used to sign into hotels under the name Lady G, because he would and who apparently is called apparently has moles all over his asshole, and that someone had leaked a video about, and he goes, "Oh, don't mind them, they're just my ladybugs." I mean, this guy is saying that they should drop nuclear bombs on Gaza, like a 40-kilometer by 6 or 8-kilometer wide strip of land that has now turned into a fucking, I don't know. I'm sorry for going into that, like, but that's on my mind, and I haven't been able to watch it because basically, I had spent months daily looking at shit that brought me to tears 3 or 4 times a day, and that's just, it's not right, man. You know, and fuck it, it is what it is. Cool t-shirt, thanks very much, Chris. That's a Hardy Books t-shirt that we got back in the Vicar Street days. But you know, like, the one thing I can say about Hardy Books is great TV show, but we are woefully useless with anything that requires any bit of extra fucking effort, like merchandise at gigs, or you know, just running things professionally. And that's why we're all fucking skint. Should have been lauded, man. Beauty ass spots, says Christine from the Dead Hedgehogs. Lorenzo Antonio, the mole man. I mean, what the fuck's he on about? Like, and they were saying we dropped bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki and ended the war. Right, that didn't need to happen either. That was just, you know, that was just a massive flex to basically just have a license to use this thing, and it was basically, as Pantera would say, a vulgar display of power that was like, whoa, okay, let's not fuck with America because they'll nuke us with this massive fucking bomb, and essentially started the Cold War. But the thing is, like, this arsehole is on about nuking a mostly unarmed civilian that has a small militia that runs around in tunnels armed with homemade RPGs and Kalashnikovs and sniper rifles and some fucking rockets that are unguided and go nowhere. So he's on about basically nuking 2.5 million people. I mean, and the fucking, so, and then what's going to happen? So all the people in Israel then are going to get nuked as well, or the fallout of those bombs are going to fall on. I mean, like, this is the kind of level of stupidity that these people who hold significantly powerful positions of authority over the rest of us plebs are talking about, man. LGX said there was a major threat made on Malachi Steenson in East Wall too. Don't know who that is, mate. Harvey Smith, hey man, love your work. Where are you filming from today? Just the woods near the gaff, man. Out in the woods, man, know what I mean? Look how grey I'm getting. The fucking shit I've been through in the past couple of years. It's a miracle my hair isn't fucking looking like a pint of Guinness at the moment. I've been doing some. I've been holding myself to do a 30-day music challenge on Instagram. So Maloney 101, if you want to head over there and just give us a follow and suggest some tunes. But you know, people are like, play this, play that, and I'm like, alright, I haven't got the fucking time to be sitting there learning songs. If they're handy enough, I'll do them. Like, can you do Hangar 17 by Megadeth, including the solo? No. But yeah, not an awful lot else going on, really. Not an awful lot else going on. Well, there's a lot of fucking shit going on, actually. But it's locked up here in my memories of what's going on recently. What have I been seeing lately on the news? Not a hell of a lot, really. I've been trying to just live a day-to-day life, and you know, I've got a lot on my plate at the moment, and I've got a leaf on my back, so make of that what you will. But yeah, it's trying to keep fit, trying to make a few pound, and am I still fighting in the gym? I haven't done it for about 2 weeks, but I'm going back tonight. I went for a run there the other day, and me fucking arse cheeks, man, me glutes are in bits. So I hadn't done that for a while, but I will be going to that tonight, even though I'm like, like, it's not exactly the easiest place to go to during the summer, is like to be in a subterranean vault, wrestling with sweaty boys. But I'll feel good afterwards, So I'd be doing 2 hours of that later tonight, I'd say. But ask me some questions quick, because I might have to wrap this up shortly. Just to fucking get me. I don't know. I can't really. I should have at least had some idea. I was like, oh, this is a nice vista for a video. LG, he's an independent running for MEP who's advocating for Ireland to exit the EU. Bit of a coincidence. Yeah, I mean, look, the EU, it's like I've said many times before, anything that becomes really big will eventually be infiltrated by mendacious wrong'uns that will use that scale of administration. All it takes is one charismatic bad prick to get in there and then they get enough people on their side to then start taking things over. I mean, anything that gets that big, you know, look at the United States now. Corruption, the corruption set in to I mean, like the Declaration of Independence and all that kind of stuff. You know, the Bill of Rights. It's a bit like the Magna Carta in the UK. You know, these were declarations designed to safeguard the freedom of the people living inside the country, and what they do is they add these. Oh, we'll amend this, or we'll repeal that, and but before you know it, like, it's like this fucking thing about the criticism of Israel now in the States. It's like, you know, you can't. I mean, like, people should be allowed to say what they want, and people should be allowed to say whatever they want in you know, as a rebuttal. But you start censoring speech, it's a very fucking slippery slope. Christine, have to jump off, gives a bell later. Strongman, alright, Christine. Gar AW Bose, that's what's the crack, Martin? Are you still on the politics? Nah, fucking hell. I was gonna run for that, and there's too much shit going off in my own life at the moment to even contemplate that. I'd be going up against greasers from Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil and, you know, all the other fucking lads. Lorenzo, and did you see what happened to the PM of Slovakia yesterday? Crazy stuff. I haven't seen much of it, like, but strange, isn't it, how that happened? Connor Lawson, any tips on things to be eaten before a workout? Oh, fucking loaf of pudding, man, loaf of pudding. I don't know, like, I just eat your dinner. Do you know what I mean? Like, you see people go, I only eat brown rice and broccoli with a breast of chicken, no sauce. Got to get those gains. It's like, if you want to walk around looking like a Romanesque statue, then you don't eat carbs and eat loads of protein and things like brown rice. But, like, if you just eat a good dinner and fucking have a workout, like, that's enough. You know, you kind of, like, the gladiators of ancient Rome, they weren't like shredded beefcakes. I'm sure some of them were, like, but for most part they had like a good layer of fat over the muscle, because, you know, it helped to protect them against blades. Harvey Smith has a question along this line. What's your thought on universal basic income for Western Europe? US I've also considered. Well, the thing is, interesting question, Harvey Smith. Well, you know, I think, okay, look at it like this. There's obviously, central banks are obviously able to print whatever they want, right? And as the El Salvadorian president said the other day, he was like, okay, so America is supposed to be in something like 33 trillion worth of debt. Let's just use America for this one, right? So they buy treasury bonds from the government, and then they use that as leverage against the money that they're printing. So they take tax off the working person to give the, I don't know where that tax goes, where the money goes, but they're taking that tax and they're printing their own money. And basically it's this fucking illusion that your taxes are actually being spent on whatever the necessary use of tax is. But you look at the fact that they're printing money for Ukraine and Israel and Taiwan, all this military aid, and they're just printing, they print money into existence. And you can see America's got, it's on its way, man. It's free falling. It's all it needs now is a little bit of a nudge, and the whole thing is gone, because the corruption and the rot has set in so long ago that there's no undoing it. There's no fixing it. Like it has to be pushed. But this universal income, it's possible. But then the thing is, it's basically what happens is, let's say on a positive note, right? If everyone gets universal basic income, it's a good thing for those people who are struggling, and it's a good way of having a safety net. And I'd be, you know, I understand there is that element, but you know, it also incentivizes people to do nothing, which then kind of leads to a lack of productivity then. You know, and it's where's it going to come from? Is it going to come from taxpayers, or is it basically the central bankers who have the ability to print? I don't know, man. It's I think a social welfare system is essential, but I also think the way automation and machinery has kind of taken away a lot of the jobs. And if you think of like the postal service used to rely on mail, and then email took over, but then certain people who were working in post offices or as working as postmen or driving or you know, as couriers, they could work in those jobs because they required less training, whereas like then you had to go into kind of back end or you know, JavaScript or you know, like coding in order to diagnose problems that they were having with servers, or maybe like these places like Google or Hotmail or Amazon, for example, they only have certain areas they operate out of. So it kind of like, yeah, you know, the post took a big hit, but you know, for every industry that kind of is lost, there are often other industries that pop up. Like I look at it over here in Sweden, it's like it's one of the biggest IT like service-based economies in the world. And you know, like if you've got like a degree in coding or game or software development or IT consultancy, you know, or you're handy with assembling these massive hard drives and data centers, then you're all right. But like, yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting question, man. It's an interesting question. I don't really know. You know, it's kind of like teach a man how to, or if you give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Teach a man how to fish, he'll eat for the rest of his life. And having people on social, also the other thing is like this universal basic income. It's like, oh, you've said something that, how is that going to be paid? Is it going to be paid with some sort of digital currency linked to the central banks? And oh, you said something wrong there. No income for you. And then they pull the rug from under your feet, and then you're like left destitute and be like, please sir, may I have another? So it does run the risk of yeah, I mean, look, a social welfare for those in need, but I think to incentivize people to work, but without clubbing them over the head with you're useless, you're lazy. I think basically if people want to work, people need to feel like they are contributing to society and that they have a role to play at the end of the day. So it's my 2 cents on that, mate. Okay. Cormac Breen says, c'est quoi ton nom sur TikTok? Opinion on the Viper. Fucking, I can't be arsed talking about him. Huey G, you're like a red Hulk Hogan, man. Up the Maloney, hey. Fair play to Huey G. Jer says, fair play, bollocks to the politics. Any decent bands this year? Fuck, I don't really know, man. I mean, I just listen to this playlist that I keep adding to. But I give a shout out to Old Times, this band from Donegal, who seem to be playing some good stuff. I shared them on the story there on Instagram. Huey G, have you got the medicine license, the machine license you were talking about sorted? How are you doing? Yeah, I have. But I was trying to find work doing that, man. It's like, I think you need to have your own machine and your own like company and then you basically take contracting jobs. But a lot of the lads I was talking to said that the industry is fucked right now at the moment, and that the quotes they're putting in for aren't even worth the price of the jobs. But there's a lot of work going. It's almost like the fucking film and TV game. Who do you ask for, like, you know? Harvey Smith says, thank you, sir. Also consider AI can take up a lot of low-skill manual jobs. Would leave the people to spend more time with family, raise art, sports. Sounds great, right? Yeah, it does, man. It does. I mean, if that was indeed the case, where people could get money to spend and spend more time doing creative things, then yeah. But, you know, the world we live in is unfortunately, it's shepherded, or for want of a better word, you know, like, lauded upon by fucking psychopaths, ambitious suit-wearing CEO asshole psychopaths that don't think like the rest of us, you know, and or people who come from financial dynasties that they're in no position to empathize with people who are struggling at the bottom. And you also say, kills ambition with and productivity, I get. However, fuck working until we all 70. It's a rich man's trick. Yeah, absolutely, man. You know, Alan Watts, the philosopher, often talked about in The Game of Life, where basically you're not welcomed into society as a child, as a baby. You're like, oh, you're a candidate for society. Then you have to go through school and pass grades. School is basically just the remnants of industrial revolution programming. It's to make people sit and do menial tasks. And if you can see through the facade from an early age, you basically got ADHD, or you're disruptive in class. Whereas, like, you know, kids shouldn't be forced to just fucking sit and regurgitate information. They should be learning by doing and playing. As you know, it's basically, it's the argument about saying, like, do we really need a 5-day work week? I mean, like, most people just go and fucking log on, do as minimum as amount as possible. What about just doing 3 hours of solid productivity in 3 hours and the rest of the day to yourself? And it's like, it just feels like as soon as some new technology is invented, then they have to just add that on to the day. So, like, if let's say if you're working in construction and you've got a new machine that saves 5 hours a day in man hours, then it's expected that you then take that saved time and then add that. And so the worker is basically doing the same amount of work in terms of time, but the employer or the developer is getting more productivity out of that time. So whereas the workers are still being paid the same amount, yet the productivity for the owner of the company it has been halved. So I think it's all fucked, man. Like, it really is. Especially when you consider that bankers are basically making money off money itself, which is in effect usury. Like, something has to change, man. YouTube name, Aboy the Dirk, Lorenzo Antonio. How are Scorpio and Aloysius these days? I haven't seen them for a long time, mate. Handy with the steel, says YouTube name. LG, my worry is it could lead to the state having control over your finances. You don't play ball. Yeah, exactly. Then your social credits on hold, citizen. Sandy Aiken says, moved into a shithole cottage with the boys in the middle of nowhere in Donegal for the full Hardy Bucks experience. Was great crack till it wasn't. The wheels came off, Sandy boy. YouTube name, Sons of Anarchy vibes, hey. Swanky Pants, where are you? Looks beautiful. I'm in a forest in Stockholm in Sweden. Sandy Aiken, old times are sick, hey. Check out a band, Delta Fuse, if you like them. Delta Fuse, fair play to you, will do. Ginger, bruv, are you Sheamus from WWE? Sheamus, minus the droids. Must hit. Look at the droids. Must get myself some droids, man. Beef up big time. Connor Lawson, do you think mass integration and welfare go hand in hand? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Look, we're being fucking played, man. And the fact that you get punished for being observant these days is indicative of the times we live in. It's like, hey, look at that over there. My eyes and my brain and my ears tell me something doesn't add up here. How dare you? How dare you? Oh, stop him. You know, it's I think people are waking up. Even the fucking idiots that browbeat anybody for noticing shit are starting to finally wake up and smell the fucking cheese. Like, man, we're living in, I think that if you consider the Western world as an empire, it's there's a lot of parallels with Rome and our current society. And once I kind of feel like everyone is waiting for the shoe to drop and then just complete chaos to ensue. And there's a lot of opportunity in chaos. Like, I personally feel like I would thrive in a chaotic situation, because it's like, yes, no rules, do what I want, I'll have that. Whereas like, yeah, I'm kind of feel like when the recession happened in like 15 years ago, everyone else is going, oh, the recession, whereas I was like, yeah, I'm fucking constantly skint. For me, it's a sound. It was like being the one-eyed man in the Valley of the Blind. I was never that good at fucking maths, you see, and dates and spreadsheets. It's fucking boring, man. It's like, you can see how creative lads get absolutely swindled by record labels. It's like, yeah, you want to play music? Here's a sign this. And then they're like, where's all the money gone? Because they were too busy partying and having a good time. Harvey Smith, thank you for answering the questions. You have indulged me, chap. By the way, if there was work in the bed, you'd sleep on the floor. A great man said that, so he did. That's fucking right, Harvey, lad. Huge shout out regarding ADHD, 5-day-a-week work. Yeah, man, it's fucking... People are working too much. People are stressed. People have colitis. People have high blood pressure. Bad backs, and they're going and they're doing fucking meat. People are basically being paid to do shit other people don't want to do, and they're not being paid enough. And inflation then is making things unaffordable. And so, like, what's the point, man? You know what I mean? It's like, you can't even turn to crime because there's no cash anymore. It's yeah. Sometimes it fucking feels easy if you just give everything up and just be like, fuck it, man. Just go and rob a bank. And then at least if you get arrested, you're in jail, and then you can just do fuck all and, start reading and educate yourself and get 3 square meals a day and not have to worry about fucking paying mortgages and shit. Swanky Pan said, probably sick of saying, but for all things good, we can get another series of Hardy books. Where are they now type deal. Got 8 episodes ready to go, man. But it's just like, I don't know who's got them. Like, RTE are broke in the skin, and they've like taken to just playing reruns of Better Days and the best of the Late Late Show. And it's kind of like, who's like, if you know of anyone who's got fucking shitloads of money, send them my way. Pat Connell, I relinquished my Soviet-style work ethic. Good. Fuck it off, man. It's like, it's like, when you think about the money these fucking guys working in banks are making, I mean, or BlackRock, like how much money they have in their portfolio, like you're talking like 30 trillion. This guy is what it's all about. You're a very kind unit, Mr. Marlish. You're a good boy, aren't you? Yes, you're getting old now. He's very distinguished. He's getting very grey around the... Oh, fucking, he's unreal. Look at that, man. Me and him. Solid bros. He's a fucking good guy. It's dangerous. Watch out. Would BBC be interested? BBC said years ago that it went too far with RTE. Unfortunately, any American station, I don't know, mate. See, the thing is, I'm over here in fucking Sweden where I'm stuck because I'm divorced and I don't get the time to be back for a significant amount of time in Ireland. You know what I mean? I'm fucked at the moment. It's really frustrating because, look, I brought the kids into the world. It's my job to do the best for them, and until things calm down a bit on that front, and I just have to keep doing what I'm doing. But living in Sweden, fuck me, man. I mean, I probably would have been better off living in Japan. You know what I mean? It's just everything over here is difficult, and it's just like the body of work I've amassed in Ireland, and Swedes don't give a fuck, man. You know what I mean? It's like it's like in Ireland, it's like, hey, welcome to the party, and when you come back to Sweden, it's like, oh, here we go. I mean, look, I'm not shitting on it completely. I have a good life over here. It's just it'd be nice to be working in TV and I'm making TV shows. But I think a lot of that is, it's all who you know. I don't really know those people here. And it's also having an elevator pitch ready to go. And I have been working on something lately that I want to turn into a co-production between Sweden and Ireland. But then if I'm doing that with RTE, again, they're what content are they putting out there? Swanky Pants, I'm ready to position government. Good job. Harvey Smith says, can you give us a rough idea where the new series you've written in Hardy Books? Well, I've done 8 episodes that are basically open to adding bits in. Like, they're done in the same kind of format as the YouTube episodes are. So, like, I mean, I said to the other lads, let's try and do something, but it's quite difficult because, first of all, I can't get the time over, and I will need to be paid for the time that I put into going over there, you know, or you know, otherwise, man, like, you've no idea the overheads I'm paying per month here on fucking rent, and it's just like all my money goes to like rent and food and fucking having a car. It's insane, like. And I'm not the only one. I mean, like, a lot of other people I speak to over here who are doing well, you know, working fucking good jobs, are also in the same position. It's just like, yeah, it's just modern times, man. Modern life. Worth TV3 or Virgin could pick you up. Those lads are minted. Yeah, maybe. It's getting FaceTime with them. YouTube name, worth trying BBC again, as they may have new staff who know good comedy. Maybe. LG, I'm getting off. Catch up with the rest of you later on. Replay. Good luck, mate. Swanky Pants. I reckon an Audible podcast would go down a treat, a bit like the People Just Do Nothing boys. Well, the thing is with podcasts are so fucking inflated now. You know, it's an overinflated market. Yeah, I mean, if I was back, YouTube's a difficult place to get anything going as well. I think you have to pump. Oh, thanks, Liam. That's very kind of you, mate. I drove down to the cottage, Martin, and it was bittersweet feeling. Nice to see where all the carnage took place, but sad to see its current state. Like I say, bittersweet sort of metaphor for life, brother. That's very kind of you. I appreciate that, Liam. Yeah, you know what? It's just so disrespectful. You know, it's kind of like, you know, unfortunately, where the place was, it was unprotected, and it was down a quiet road, and, you know, like, some people just, you know, it started off people breaking in, and then other people came in, and obviously, I think genuine fans of the show wouldn't behave like that, but just the fact that it was trashed and burnt down kind of signified maybe that it's fucking done. Weirdly enough, I was actually writing an episode about the cottage being trashed by a biker gang, and Eddie and Buzz came back from a holiday in Santa Ponza, and then literally the next day found out the place had been burnt down. So it was unfortunate and sad, and it's the way it is. Eddie Gear on you. How are you fucking Kev Johnston, lad? Conor Lawson, take it easy, man. I've got to keep real. All right, lad. Nice to talk to you. Huey G, the rat face is a brutal man. The rat race is brutal, man. I'm over in Vancouver and it's breaking my soul. Lost my work and now I just want a job outdoors or driving or something to not be stuck in the corporate horror. Yeah, I mean, the price of property in Vancouver is insane as well. Like, Canada's fucked. From what I hear, it's just like they're like every government is basically put in power by fucking Big Klaus or Larry Fink. Do you know what I mean? It's like, at least, like, before, like, okay, mass communications and aviation, or global communications and aviation, are great, but it's like any technology, it'll get used by wrong'uns to fulfill their needs. So, like, you know, let's say when England had the empire, things would have taken a long time the message would have taken a long time to get across. Now imagine the British Empire back in the day. If they had global communications, they would have taken over everywhere, like a bit like how the US is at the moment. Sorry to hear that though, Huey. It's tough out going. Lorenzo Antonio, what about Netflix? I'm seeing a load of Yanks in the Hardy Books YouTube videos. Absolutely loving the show. See, Netflix, you need some. They don't just take unsolicited. You need someone to give you the in with Netflix. You know. I need to. I think a good producer, to find a good producer who has connections and can get shit done. But this project that I'm working on as well, I mean, if I can get development money for the writing, it'd be great, because then it basically means I can just throw money at fucking problems and then just go and write the thing. And I think it's going to be up there, probably a more sophisticated version of Hardy Books that takes place between Ireland and Sweden. What part of Ireland am I from? I'm from Swinford and Mayo. Canadian dollars, man, says Kev Johnson. Liam Riley. I was born in Ireland to Irish parents, Martin, but raised in England. By the time I moved back, I got some fur stick for the accent, same as myself. Did you ever experience the same kind of slagging from the boys? Oh yeah, man, all the time. Like, it's like they know my name is Maloney. They know that my parents were from the town. I look Irish as fuck, but just because of the accent, it's we were like, when we were in Ireland, we were like, when we lived in England, we were Irish. We always considered ourselves Irish, and then it's such a fucking shock to the system that you get dickheads giving you a hard time because you got a different accent, even though you're ethnically and culturally Irish, and then the same lads, then so many of them have now moved to England and have kids with English accents. Funny how life works like that, isn't it? Harvey Smith says, any official place to get available series of Hardy Books? It's a chore traveling eBay, DVD. Just check it out on YouTube, man. There's a guy called Molotov who put all the episodes up. Fred Durst job. If only we could fly, Limp Bizkit style. John Lotto, take it to the Matthews Bridge. Fair play. You know what? Like, it's funny when you watch Limp Bizkit. I think that came at the time just before the shit hit the fan with 9/11 and endless wars, and things were pretty fucking sweet until, and I think they kind of marked. It's funny if you look back to videos of like new metal and like, Annie, you okay? Are you okay, Annie? You've been struck by the Alien Ant Farm, and like, it was all about kids who it's funny because it was like, it was a time of plenty where kids were getting pissed off at the fact that they were doing so well, and now, like, now you look at the 23 years, right, since, let's say, Roland came out by Limp Bizkit, and the fact that you've got parts of major cities that are unlivable, and there's in the States, and like how fucked up things have happened in the last 20 years. It's interesting. You should go back and watch like Limp Bizkit at Woodstock '99 and just kind of get a flavour of the bro culture that is encapsulated by that era. Kev Johnson, what age you moved from Liscard? 12, lad. Breno says, I used to gig in a pub called the Grasshopper in Swinford 20 years ago. Were you playing with fucking Rain, Breno? Rain or 7th from Ballina? Yeah, they were good times in the Hopper. They used to have live bands, and it was it was a good fucking scene. Like, it was cover bands, like, but at least there was entertainment and live music. There's fucking none of that nowadays, like. But then again, the population isn't what it used to be. Each generation has gone down 30% in numbers. Now you look at Swinford, there's not that many young people around compared to when I was there, or compared to like when my parents were there. Eric Miskela, how's things, Eddie? You're looking well. Cheers, Ericine. Limp Bizkit were a full stop to the good times. I think they were, yeah. Well, then again, you had like the Strokes came out in Queens of Stone Age, and around 2002, it kind of then there was. Yeah, I think up till about 2013, and then things started kind of getting a bit fucking political and serious with a load of like fucking, a lot of this like pseudo-scientific fucking identity politics bullshit that just has permeated things since. But I think the fact that there are so many economic issues and so many fucking genuine, very visible negative aspects of modern life, that I think all of these misguided, well-intended college kids who are now out there, who have now graduated from being indoctrinated by bespectacled fucking shoulder, elbow padded tweed blazer wearing spoff monocles in high-end universities. I think now that they've left there and they've realised that they've just basically been baffled by bullshit and conned, and now they're out in the real world trying to fucking get by on an arts degree and working if they can as a barista, and then they're looking at the state. I think the penny is dropping for a lot of people, and the pendulum, I think, has to fucking swing back, you know, like, and you know, one thing I've realised, and this is something I feel like, all the shit that's going on with endless wars and the thing in you know, like, oh, the war on woke. I lost you there again. Maybe I'm being throttled for talking too much sense. I'll say it again for the third time. I think not everybody, but I think a lot of people are realising that we've all been distracted over social issues that are inconsequential because they're not economic issues. And the economic issues are becoming more and more fucking obvious when you see this two-tier Hunger Games style system that we're living in. Hit the fucking like button. I only see 5 likes. If you're watching this on a mobile device, you can literally just press like. And then, does it make any fucking difference? I don't know. But, so there you go. That was Wars and Worshippers of Whispers of New Wars, says Eric. Yeah, absolutely. Loving the weather there, big guy. Where are you finding yourself? Sweden, David O'Connell. Fair play to you. Liam O'Reilly, any predictions on this weekend's fight, Martin? I don't even fucking know who's fighting. Sorry about that, lad. How's the uncle doing, Eddie? I haven't spoken for a good while. Were you the singer in the rain? No way. I remember watching you in Swinford, actually being, you know what, you lads really were very influential on me as a musician. So fair play to you. I remember this is the small details. I remember you had I think it was in the picture of Rain. There was you wearing a Guinness hat with that kind of 7 shape of the pint. But I remember you guys did a cover of Limp Bizkit's Rolling, and the place went fucking mad. It was great crack. So yeah, I remember you lads well. I think I was talking to you after one of the gigs. Fucking hell, man. Fucking Rain boys, get Rain back together. You lads were brilliant crack, man. If only we could fly, Ballinash style. Vinnie Thompson knows you well, hey. But yeah, man, like they were great gigs you did. Fair play to you. Get the band back together. You know, the West needs a little bit of entertainment like that. Kev Johnston, boxing in the same shape as the music industry. Look at, man, it's all about fucking money, and it's all about whoever's got brass balls and fucking brass neck to go and take it all for themselves. I mean, speaking of music industry, like, don't forget, it was Led Zeppelin and Peter Grant, their manager, that basically decided to take all of the takings for venues. That's where basically ticket prices started going woo. And nowadays people are spending like 120 quid for a fucking Taylor Swift ticket. Like, what's the deal with Taylor Swift, man? Where did she come out of? I know she's been around for nearly 10 years now, but like, she's shite. And apparently she goes around, she has people who go around to clubs where there are up-and-coming acts with new styles, and it's like, yeah, we're just going to totally take that and then say it was us who did it, and they're not in any position to fight back. But it's like yesterday, I was listening to the same fucking radio station was on, and it was the same songs. Fuck Taylor Swift, man, and fuck all that corporate bullshit. Bloody privileged, entitled, spoilt bastards going around fucking telling the rest of us assholes how to live. They can get fucked, all of them. Fucking Hollywood, man. Hollywood is full of shit, full of wankers, and spoilt fucking entitled pricks who can't even make their own opinion without fear of losing work. Fuck them, man. They all need to be publicly bummed in stocks. That's my opinion. We are now. Good stuff. -2. Me and the guitarist, other 2 lads are in a band called Guerrilla Radio. I will keep it going, man. I'm glad you're back. Lorenzo, boxing is no more than WWE. Liam O'Reilly, I must say, Martin, while at the cottage, an old neighbour came over and asked, found the show funny. I said it was fucking hilarious. He said it was the biggest pile of bollocks he'd ever seen. Fair enough. Hey, that's his fucking. He's only a jealous cunt, whoever he was. Harvey Smith, may I ask, changing topic, how have you travelled around Europe, lad? Where did you go and love thinking of moving around the Albania, Bulgaria and stuff? Cheaper, cost of living and sunshine. See, I lived in Greece for 2 summers. I've seen a fair bit of Germany. I haven't been to France for about 12 years. 9 years last time, just passed through it. Holland's good crack. Spain, Ibiza, Portugal. I really like Portugal. Portugal's cheap and it's got a nice pace of life to it. Lovely beaches. Haven't been to Norway. Been to Helsinki and Turku in Finland. Poland's a great spot. Denmark's good too. Irish bit places and places, man. I've seen a good bit of it now, to be fair now. But I haven't really seen much of the other of like Eastern Europe. Java's moldy toilet. Bro has no idea what dental hygiene is. Still living in 1767. Oh, you mean this? That's a snooze, you fucking clim. Hardy Bucks being bollocks. Jealousy is not the colour. Where do you recommend in Portugal? Lisbon's great, man. And south of the river is a place called Costa Caparica, and you can surf and rent surfboards out. But again, the problem is with Portugal, you got all these people renting out their houses on Airbnb and places like that, and they're making what should be a cheap place very expensive to stay in. Hardy Bucks being bollocks. Jealousy is not his colour. Nah, fair enough. Where do you recommend in Portugal? So Java's moldy. Also on top of that, what is with the Jimmy Savile glasses? Don't know, man. Ask your mother's fucking boyfriend. Harvey Smith. Yes, Poland. Where have you recommended, bud? Thought the Irish only eat potatoes. How is teeth like that? Some hard ass potatoes. What are you doing? You sitting up the States pulling the fucking stomach off yourself? To hentai. You fucking clim, lad. You're a fucking clim. You're a fucking dirty cunt. Kev Johnson, I went to Greece and met a Scouser from Knowsley. Rode at the pool. Knowsley Safari Park, mate. Get on there. Get on there, lad. Say a cunt in the chat. Get a life, lads. Liam O'Reilly, I think it was a generational thing with the neighbours. When do the old folk ever find young bucks? Yeah, exactly. To be funny, exactly. Harvey Smith. Javas, why are you riding this lad so hard? Pop your party popper back in, lad. Is in those dirty teeth. You mean these ones? These ones, yeah? If I ever got a hold of you, man, I'll put me dick up your ass. Alright? I'll bum you to tears. Tears of sadness. Tears of rage. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I will not block him. He can say whatever he wants. Because I'm all about the free chat. But I will fucking scold him for being a tit. But with that in mind, lad, with that in mind, put 100 quid on for Mayo to win the Connacht. Lost the fucking lot. I put a meal on it, fucking lost a lot. Oh, it's gay as fuck, man. It's gay as fuck, Javas. Tears of his dead children, not sexually. What does that even mean? I knew that was the face. Oh, gay as fuck, man. So gay. What's your problem with gay guys, man? Have you got a problem? You're being homophobic, Java, are you? Java's, he's a homophobe. Hearing English accent come out of Durkin's mouth is freaking my nut out. Is it, yeah? But I'm gonna fuck off because I've got shit to do. Nice chatting to yous. Nice chatting to yous. Have a nice day. Not gonna lie, kinda hot. Good on you, Javas. That's what I like to hear, man. Myself, we'll do a bit of space talking. Name the time and place, man. I'll bring the fucking lube and the Johnnies. Harvey Smith, I'm only here for the gay chat, obviously. Right, I love you and leave you. Good luck and good bless. I'm gonna have to... Oh, new princess, don't run from me. I'm not running from you, mate. I've got shit to do, unlike yourself. You should go back and just rub some baby oil on your nuts and just do this. Kev Johnson, if you have the lube, we have the time. Peace and love to all brothers. Exactly, Harvey Smith. Even fucking, what's his name? Java's Moldy Toilet. Enjoy. Kiss me before you go. Ego Javas. Have a nice day, especially to you, Javas. Have a nice day. And good luck to Breno and the boys. Take care, everybody. Have a nice day. Enjoy the crack. And keep well hydrated. Good luck.